Hello everyone, it's Barvel Boys here, the gang, and it's been a while so far as I made a video, and this video is going to be a little bit different as I'm not whispering, and so to all of you, well, I'm semi-whispering but not completely whispering because I've got two dreams to talk about, with one dream having a really weird experience and so forth. So here it goes. So here's the first dream. I was in my guest room. Apparently it was the night before I got my air conditioning taken down. So as all you've known, it's getting colder and now you've got to take down the AC because we don't need it anymore. So it was a night before I got my AC taken down, and I had this dream. I was in the guest room. It's like AKA the third room. There are 3 bedrooms in my house. The master bedroom, plus my room, and plus another room that we don't really use to sleep in, maybe just for a separate room or something. So it took place in that separate room for a bit. So I was in that room, and I was sitting right beside the window. You could see my backyard, and you could see that it's in the afternoon. Pale blue sky, nothing too special. So I was watching, and then all of a sudden, I saw this black cloud. A black cloud in the distance. It did not really behave like a cloud. It was like all blue sky, but then at that point, it's just like a black cloud. And the thing is that this cloud just stood out as if there was no other clouds but that very cloud, and it's really a black cloud. And it had a real weird shape to it. It's like it had pointed edges. Like it's not like an ordinary cloud where there's a fluffiness texture to it. As you can see, it had this very sharp edge. Like it's like it has its own shape, like a pointed triangle or something. So you've got this sky, and it got this very cloud that's black. So like I said, it does not really behave like a cloud because it moves so fast, and that is moves so fast. It moves so fast that like everything, it was like small at the distance at first, but then like 2 minutes later, it was this close. And it only casted a shadow that is right in front of me. Like it only casted a shadow in my backyard. So as you can see, it's sunny. There's a sun there, the sun is there, and it shines to my backyard, like it everywhere. But my backyard is where the shadow is. Only my backyard. And it turns out that it's not a cloud at all, but rather a big ship that's hovering on the top of my backyard. Like the ship is hovering on my backyard, over my backyard. It has black metal. It's like a shape like a triangle or a tetrahedron or something. I don't know what you call it, but I don't remember what exactly the shape was. So apparently I got into the spacecraft. I should say whatever, spaceship, UFO, whatever you call it. But oh my gosh, I don't know how you could get into that spacecraft because it's kind of floating and there's no like real way of entering it besides like this fictional light that you levitate, like when you get abducted or something like that. So I got into the spaceship or something, this spacecraft, And then I just realized that inside there were no aliens. It's just like you see in every ordinary house, except there's like a lot of red to it. There's like a lot of red furniture, like a lot of warm tone furniture. Like you would see a lot of yellow, a lot of orange, a lot of red, a lot of magenta fabric or something. So as far as I remember, there's like this bedroom, and I happened to go in the bed that's inside contained in this spaceship or something. I don't know why it's called spaceship, because I used to be fascinated with spaceships when I was really small. But I'll just call it spaceship, even though I'm not too sure if it came from space or anything. So I went into the bed of this bedroom inside this spaceship, and I just saw a lot of young people. I saw a few young girls inside the spaceship. I don't remember how they look, sadly, but they said, "What? How are you in here?" or something. Something along the lines, as if I was an imposter inside the spaceship. But whew, apparently I do not belong in that spaceship, so I guess that is a time where this first dream kind of ended. I previously used to remember a lot of things after I saw these few young girls that apparently did not want me into that spaceship. And I would just assume that I got kicked out and that was it. That's the end of the dream. Damn, my fridge kind of buzzes. Then there is this part where this thing doesn't make any sense. I was in the guest room again. I was back into this room with this big window where I saw this whole thing. And it was sunny, and it seems like I've been sitting and laying down on a wall on the space in this window. So backtracking, I was in this room. I was lying down on the wall. Apparently the gravity was this way, so that means the gravity is facing this way, means I'm laying down like along the wall. I could lay down on the wall without falling. And the floor would become the wall. And the window would become another wall, but angled like that. So I was laying down, and for some reason I was just staring at the window for an odd reason. And this is the thing that does not make sense. I drank water. I had a bottle of water that I sipped through, and then it came out after I drank it. So I drank the water, and then the water just came out like that, back from my mouth. I drank the water, and it came back out of my mouth right away, as if I drank the water and I pee from my mouth. And I was just staring at the window during the whole situation. I drank like this, and the water came back out like that, as if I was peeing onto the window like the toilet. The window was a toilet. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I can really explain this, but it was just the weirdest experience by far. So that was the first dream. So moving on to the non-ASMR dream video. I hope you're still watching, because I got this other dream. It's a little bit more on the creepier side, bear in mind. So here it goes. So before I get to this dream, I previously watched a video, a pretty creepy video about a guy who had got a virus in the computer, and somebody tracked his location upon getting the computer virus, and it ended up being some guy banging along the windows and posting pictures of the same thing. That was something like that. In other words, somebody downloads a virus in a computer and somebody just trolls and tracks his location. So that's that. It's pretty weird. So back to the dream. This kind of relates to that virus story, except there was no virus, no computer virus. It's just a combination of paranormal activity nights and some other strange events or something. So, if you do not know what Paranormal Activity series is, it's like a series of paranormal occurrences that happen in nights or something. Like night one, it started off pretty late, doors opening and closing, and then another night being lights turning on and off, all the way to the later nights, meaning as far as the nights go, the events become more and more aggressive and more paranormal. The later the night, each following night becomes way more intense in terms of paranormal activity. It's like an ascending thing. You know what I mean? So, this dream follows its paranormal thing. So, I was in a random house, and my bedroom was this little prison cell-like structure. Like, it was pretty small as a prison cell. It had just one bed in one side, and all the way down is the door. And the window is to that back wall or something. Like, you got this, here, I've just kind of draw a diagram. It's where I'm pointing at. You got this bed on the one side, and the door on the opposite side, along with the window and the side wall. And this window is pretty key to the dream. And so the first night, there was someone banging on the window. Pretty normal. Boom, boom, boom. Not normal in that it got worse and worse and worse as the night goes. So from night one, somebody banging the window knocks, and I got freaked out and I was scared to death. Night two, I was actually starting to prepare because someone actually banged and almost broke the window. And night three is where I actually started freaking out. I started closing. Apparently I had this blind, this like curtain that I could open and close. And the window also had a frame to it, so it had like a double protection, I should say. So I closed on the curtain and the frame, or something like that. No, the frame actually was there, so I just closed the curtain, and I just closed the door, and apparently I had a roommate that would comfort me over the nights. And I was freaked out, and I was scared that someone would bang the window again, and take it down like a ghost or something. Because I just remember that pattern that the nights would become worse and worse, and eventually the window will be taken down, and I'll be taken away from the ghost that I imagined myself. And so in this third night, I should say, I kind of went to bed and pulled out my covers and turned some music on my headphones, and I just wanted to get this night out. I'll get this night out. And then I realized that somebody broke through right off the bat as I listened to the earphones. And I did not even realize it because I was listening to the music, and somebody apparently broke in. And then he decided whatever that thing is did not get me, decided not to take me away. For now, that, I guess, that entity or someone, I should say, I don't know what that entity is, or ghost, or some other being, or some, just a random imposter, I should say, that would kind of wants to play a game of cat and mouse or something. So I just decided to get out of my house and run through the city. Apparently my house was in a city, and it was pretty much dawn, meaning that you could start to see, barely make out the twilight of morning, like 2 hours before sunrise, something like that. And I was running through the city to try to get away from this someone else, I should say, that broke in. Well, earlier, I knew that he or she broke in because the window was wide open and the curtains was like flying like that. I forgot to tell you. So I was running through the city and I ended up inside a mall or something, and it was empty. I don't know why. Mall should be closed at that time of dawn, and I was inside it. Apparently I got in without having to break into any doors, so I just got in through the door like that, without even have to force entry in. And I was in this mall, and then I apparently got stuck at an area that is literally a tunnel that intersects like that, like a cross. And it turns out that there were other entities that were trying to come and get me. And I was inside this little cross, the hallways that intersect like a cross. The hallways were cross-shaped, by the way, the cross-shaped hallway was within a big hall in the mall with lots of like levels, and in the bottom level holds the cross hallway or something like that. I'm trying to give out a diagram or something, but I was inside. And apparently there were a few troops or something that were rushing to get me from either entrance. There were 4 entrances in the cross hallway, and I was inside it, and I was doomed. So I guess that did not end well. And by far, I think this will end this video, because I basically don't remember everything else after I was gonna be wiped out from the entities that were after me. So that's it for this video. This is a totally different video, not an ASMR video. Maybe I'll make an ASMR style, you never know. But then, yeah, I guess that's it. So if you do like this video, drop a like down below by hitting the like button. And if you want to see more vlogs or ASMR content or some more dream videos or some sort, whatever content I make, tap that subscribe button, the red subscribe button. And for those who have already subscribed, thank you so much for your support, and I'm down to make some more videos like this. So have a good day, everyone. Have a good night if it's nighttime, and stay safe. Peace out.